Hello and welcome to another video. I've been doing a lot of vlogs recently, but I decided that I wanted to switch it up and do a bit of a challenge video for you guys. This is going to be a week-long challenge of me trying to wake up at 5 a.m. and documenting the process. I am not a person who has really struggled with waking up early for much of my life. I do not stay up late, but I frequently am up very early. However, most mornings I tend to wake up at about 7 a.m. I start most mornings with a 9 a.m. class for work, so waking up at 7:30 doesn't give me a lot of time to get ready and mentally prepare myself for the day. I'm hoping that bumping my wake up earlier is going to help me feel a little bit more prepared. Part of my fear with doing this is the fact that I am not good at going to bed any earlier. I'm going to try to adjust my bedtime routine and my nighttime schedule just so that I can go to bed earlier to make this process a little easier. I don't know if this is going to be a permanent change. It's just something that I want to try, especially at this point in my life with the wedding coming up so soon. I feel like I'm doing so much between social media, my full-time job, and planning the wedding that there's just not enough time in the day. So hopefully waking up a little bit earlier and knocking some things out before I go to work for the day will help me feel a little bit more accomplished. I'll keep you updated on the journey with how it all goes, but for now, I guess I'll see you at 5 a.m. Good morning. So it is obviously already a little bit later. I've been up for a few minutes now, so we've got a busy morning ahead. I already did some wedding planning while I sat up in bed with my heating pad. I need to get fully ready, plan for the week, read for a little bit, do some laundry, and then my fiance and I need to meet to discuss our plans for the week for our coaching business. So let's get started. Just got done with my classes this morning, and honestly I'm not as tired as I thought I was going to be. I'm always a little tired after my morning class just because I go to two different schools and work with two different groups pretty much every morning of the week. It feels like I wake up and do a little sprint, and then I have a break and I do another little sprint in the afternoon. I'm really hungry, and I think a lot of that just has to do with the fact that I've been awake for so long. Typically I eat lunch a little bit later, but I ate breakfast earlier and I was just up earlier, so I'm definitely hungrier today. But I got a lot done for it to only be 11 o'clock. I actually did not sleep well last night. Rather than waking up at 5, I woke up at 4:30 this morning. I'm not going to continue waking up at 4:30 for the challenge. I just could not sleep for the life of me. So I will be very strict on my bedtime routine tonight, try to get to bed at a good time, try to sleep very hard, and I'll let you know how it goes tomorrow. See you at 5 a.m. Good morning. So it is Tuesday and it is early in the morning. I am up. I am already ready for the day, but I still need to get some computer work done. I need to read, and I think I'm gonna go for a run. So I'm gonna finish up my morning and then I'll check back in when I'm done. just got done with my classes for this morning and I honestly feel awful today. I think I'm actually coming down with something, might be a little sick. My face feels so puffy today. I'm congested. So I think I might actually go and take a nap now that I'm on my break in between classes. Try and get a little bit of rest before I have to go teach more classes. Tonight is our late night, so I'm a little worried about getting to bed on time to be able to then wake up at 5 a.m. tomorrow. But hopefully I don't feel like this for the rest of the days. I don't think it has anything to do with waking up at 5 a.m. I think I'm just sick. So I'm gonna go lay down and get some rest, but I will see you tomorrow at 5 a.m. Good morning! We are on day 3 and I am now up and ready for the day. I have a few things I need to do before I go to my morning classes. I have some computer work I need to do. I need to plan because I have a private lesson I'm teaching later. And then I need to prep for a call I have with my social media manager after that. So we're gonna get into this morning and I'll let you know how I'm feeling after. See you then. Alright, I am done with my classes for the morning and back home. I have a virtual lesson I'm going to teach and then a meeting with my social media manager, and then I have a little bit of time before my fiance and I go and coach our competition students later tonight. I'm feeling okay. I'm definitely still congested and dealing with all of that from yesterday, but honestly I'm not all that tired. My energy's pretty good. I feel like I've gotten a lot done today. I did so much before I went to work that now a lot of the work I was supposed to do later today is already done. So that's really relieving to know that I don't have all of that hanging over me for the rest of the day. I do feel like it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon though, and it is only 11:30, which is a little bit of a strange feeling. But other than the day feeling really long, I am doing okay so far. So I will check back in tomorrow at 5 a.m. Good morning! So we are now on day 4. It is Thursday. I am up and ready for the day as always. Now I'm getting into some computer work, which I actually have a lot to do because my fiance and I are doing another meeting to plan for the end of this week and next week with our coaching business. I have to do work for my own personal job. I have to deal with some issues we had with some accounts and import all of my new students, so I have them ready for classes today and tomorrow. I definitely want to get some good reading time in, so I'm going to try and fit all of that in before my 9 a.m. class, but I'm up super early, so I have plenty of time, so let's get started. Welcome back. I just finished my morning classes and I went to the hospital real quick to get a scan done for an appointment I have tomorrow. Through all of that, even sitting in the waiting room at the hospital for a little bit, I feel great. I'm not super tired, not sluggish or anything. I also am super excited because I have so much time left in my day that I can do whatever I want with. Typically at this point, I'd go home and I'd have a lot of computer work I'd need to get done, and that's what I'd spend a lot of the rest of my day doing. But today I did that all before I went and taught my first class, so now I have a lot more free time today because I got it all out of the way earlier. So I'm going to go enjoy the rest of my day, probably take a bath, maybe watch some more Queen Charlotte. I just started it after finishing Bridgerton and binging the whole series, so I'm really enjoying that recently, but I think that that's going to be my plan for the rest of the day. I'm feeling a lot better today. I am less congested. My throat's not really sore, so I feel a lot better overall, but energy-wise, I'm doing great. I will see you tomorrow at 5 a.m. for the last day of this challenge, waking up at 5 a.m. for 1 week. Good morning. It is the last day of waking up at 5 a.m. for 5 days. I am already up, dressed, and ready, and now I have a few things I want to take care of before I go teach my 9 a.m. class today. First of those things is I want to make sure I paint my nails. I am leaving town this weekend, so I want to take care of that before I go. I also need to pack my bags and send a few emails this morning. So we'll see if I can get it all done before I have to leave, but I'm going to take you guys along with me. Let's go. Alright, so I am done with my morning classes. I am headed to a doctor's appointment and then straight out of town. Now that we're at the end of the challenge, I'll give you my final thoughts. First of all, waking up at 5 a.m. was really not as bad as I thought. The initial waking up each morning was not the most fun, but after I got up and got moving, it was super easy. I had a lot more time to get things done, and I was able to get things done way earlier in the day, so the stuff that I got to do later in the day was more personal time. I got to do more things I enjoyed. I also got to read a lot more this week, which is something I've been trying to do way more frequently recently, so that was great. Overall, I think the hardest part of this challenge was going to bed on time, simply because we have a few nights of the week that we go and coach some competition kids, and those classes do end later, which means we don't get home until later. I think if I were to make this a habit that I continue, rather than waking up at 5 a.m., which is about 2 hours earlier than normal, I would switch it and wake up at 6 a.m. rather than 7 a.m. when I typically wake up. So I still get that extra time and I still get to be up, sometimes even get a workout in before I go to teach for the morning, but I can get to bed at a better time to wake up at 6 o'clock than I can to wake up at 5 o'clock. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. Let me know your thoughts below. Hopefully you learned something, or maybe you want to try this for yourself. Comment down below any other challenges that you think I should do, and make sure to subscribe to see more videos like this. See you next time.